Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe down below and leave me a sweet comment, by the way, of what you think about this video. Yeah, subscribe if you're new. By the way, subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe. We are on the road to 30,000 subscribers, and as promised, guys, this is my first trimester experience and how my first trimester went. Because you guys, I feel like this is something that I must address. These other trimesters are nothing compared to the shege that I went through, the shenanigans that I went through on my first trimester. The fact that right now I can look back at it and I have improved. Like I feel I actually like defeated that phase, because hey, that was a struggle. That was a struggle. I remember when I found out that I was pregnant, I just took a test because I was kind of feeling exhausted, and that day I remember I had woken up early and then I went back to bed, and I don't know how I fell asleep. So I woke up actually super late to go to work. I woke up very late, and something just told me, this is not a kawaida thing for you to sleep like this, because unaona ile usingizi inakubebanga, ile usingizi ya asubuhi, yani ilinibeba. I woke up probably at 10 a.m. and I had already like woken up again from around 6 to 7 I was up. Back then I didn't used to have like a shop attendant. I didn't have anyone to open up the shop, and as I said, I usually open up at 10 a.m. So when I went back to bed, I thought I would probably like sleep for like 1 hour or 30 minutes and then wake up, get ready and go to work. But hey, to my shock, hiyo usingizi ilinibeba. I slept almost to 10 a.m. and when I just woke up at 10 a.m. I realized something was definitely going on. Something was definitely not, business as usual. So I took a pregnancy test and I found out that I was pregnant. You guys, I was on the floor crying. I know it was a planned thing, because I used to use like family planning and I had removed it. So it was planned, but still I got so overwhelmed when I saw the 2 lines. I just took one test actually. I didn't take more than one. I only took one test, and when I saw the 2 lines, I was just on the floor crying. I was so overwhelmed, but I think it was like tears of joy, when you are looking forward to something and then like you get it. So there's that overwhelming feelings of emotions. So that's what I was probably crying about. But hey, let me tell you, after finding out, I remember, I think like the next day we were supposed to go to a friend's place for their sister's graduation, and we went, me and one of my friends, we went. But after that day, hey, things went south. Why is it that after you find out that you're pregnant, that's when all these sicknesses start to come, or all these struggles of first trimester started from there? I'm telling you guys, hey, from that time, I can't remember the last, like, from that day after finding out I was pregnant, I feel like that's when everything went south. Vitu tu zilienda tu south. Vitu tu zili change. I could not eat anything, you guys. Anything that I wanted to eat or anything that I ate, I would just throw it up. And I'm not talking about, they usually talk about morning sickness, and I'm telling you guys, it was not a morning thing. It was throughout the day, even throughout the night. If I eat anything, I would definitely throw it up. Tell me why. Even like my favorite things to eat, even my favorite fruit, like watermelon used to be my favorite fruit. But tell me why I would even eat watermelon and throw it up. Even water, like I would drink water and I throw it up, you guys. It got so bad, because if you're not eating and then you're puking, it's a struggle for you to throw up. because you don't have anything that you're throwing up. So I used to probably like drink water so that when I'm going to throw up, I have something in, you know, in my system that I can be able to throw up. But hey, even the water, I would still throw it up. And it got so bad to a point of me even going to the hospital. I even was given, like, my stomach used to hurt, like over here my stomach used to hurt, like since I have like problems with gas and acidity. My acidity levels were high and I'm not eating, so I was getting to a point of even getting ulcers. I was so stressed, you guys. And I remember even going to this one hospital, and my stomach was so bloated when I went to that hospital. And this lady, I was just telling her I'm only like 2-3 weeks pregnant. I think by that time I was probably like 3 or 4 weeks pregnant. I was telling her I'm like 4 weeks pregnant, and she was like, hey, and your stomach is already this big. And it was just because I was so bloated. You would think that my pregnancy was probably like 6 months or so, but it's just because I was so bloated. I had a lot of gas in my stomach, but I was not able to eat. I remember like that one day that I had gone to the hospital, I had not eaten the whole day. The only thing I ate when going was like 2 pieces of bread. So this lady was telling me, you know, you need to we need to test you so that we can know what's going on. And you know, they usually, when they're testing for like ulcers, they usually ask for your stool sample. And then I would tell her there's not, even if I go to the toilet, there's nothing that is going to come out because I have not been eating. So they had to test my blood, and that's when like she told me that I was having this, what is it called? I'm going to write it here. And I needed to take some medicine. I was supposed to like get injected some of those medicine. I'm going to probably find a picture or a video, because I remembered me on lying on that bed and taking a video. And at that moment, at that time, I really felt sick. I was so sick. In my first pregnancy, I never went through such things. I remember the whole pregnancy, I probably like only threw up like twice or thrice in the whole pregnancy. And this one, I'm telling you, I was throwing up anytime I eat, like even 3 times a day. I would even wake up to just go and throw up. There's no food that looked good to me. Like there's no food that I felt like this is what I can eat, this is what I want to eat. There's nothing that there's no food that I wanted even to smell or to even see on a plate. Eating became a struggle. Eating became a struggle for me, and that has never happened before. I have never struggled with eating. So this was actually kind of scary to me, and it made me also have like very bad mood swings. Another thing that was happening, I would not even want to go out of the house. I would not want to be in a car, in a vehicle, like in a moving vehicle, and leave alone, even worse, like boarding a matatu. That was something that I was not in a position to do. That was not in my system. And that really affected my business, because that meant that I was not going to town, you guys. That meant that I was closing down the business because I didn't have a shop attendant. So I would even go a whole week without me having opened up that shop. I remember there's this one time that I went to the shop. I went to the shop probably, let's say at 10 or 11. I used actually to open even late. So there's this one time that I went to the shop, and I was feeling so bad. I was feeling so bad. I had not eaten. I had carried some food so that when I get to the shop, I can see if I'm able to eat, because I was avoiding eating when I was avoiding eating before I, go, or before I board a matatu, because I didn't want to go like throwing up inside a matatu. So I had carried some food. It was actually mokimo. I had carried mokimo, and I said that I'm just going to eat once I get to the shop. So I was so hungry, and I tried eating that food. You guys, hey, the way I threw, the way I was throwing up at that shop, you guys. I even closed down at around 1 p.m. and just went back home and just came back home. That's when I actually realized that I really needed help, because as I said in a previous video, the only help that I would get back then was my sister. So sometimes I would tell her to open up the shop for me, or she can come to the shop, and probably I'd be there for just 1 hour or 2. When she's available, she would come, but then she was also busy. She's also busy. She also has other works to do. So me, when I was getting pregnant, I knew at some point I'll need to find a shop attendant, but I didn't think it would be even on my first trimester or second. I thought it would be probably like on my 3rd trimester, when I'm like 7 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant. That's when I thought I would find a shop attendant. But tell me why, hey, I had to find a shop attendant on my first trimester. I think I was like not even 3 months. I was not even 3 months pregnant when I had to find a shop attendant. I had to find someone to help me out with the shop, and I usually felt so bad and so guilty when I had to close down the shop and people are calling me, why are you not at the shop? The people that have rented shelf, I'm telling them, unfortunately we have to close today, we are not available. I have to tell them that today we have closed early and all that. I used to feel so bad knowing that I am closing down other people's businesses and also mine, and that meant that also the income was not good, and I was becoming a very unreliable shop or unreliable business, and that actually used to break my heart so bad. So the search for looking for a shop attendant started when I was on my first trimester. One thing about me, I really love what I do. I really love being a business owner, and I really love being at the shop. That is something that I actually really love, and the fact that I was not able to do that, the fact that the pregnancy was hindering me going to the shop and doing what I love, I actually started hating it and even regretting why did I want to get pregnant and all that. I really thought something was wrong, and I never thought that I would ever overcome that phase, that I would ever come out of that phase. And it really felt so overwhelming. I was so stressed out, you guys. The people that we interacted with that time, I know they probably like felt that I was a very terrible person, because hey, I was really in a bad mood, and I would even be so rude. I feel like I was so rude even to the people that surround me. I remember there is a time I was supposed to travel home because we had an event home, and I just had to tell them that I can't make it, I can't go. I had to tell my mom what was going on. My sisters already knew what was going on. I told them I can't make it because hey, the thought of going on a matatu, the thought of going even on a personal car or a moving vehicle was just hectic to me. I would just think about it and I just feel like puking. Even thinking about food, just thinking about food or thinking about any type of food, anything to eat or drink, just thinking about it, I would feel like throwing up. That was something that, hey, if that's what some of you go through in each and every pregnancy, salute to you and salute to all mothers. You guys are so strong and you guys are, hey, you're marvelous. You're just so strong, because I can't imagine myself going through that same ordeal again. Yeah, on the 3rd month, that's when I started my ANC. And I remember even on the first visit, when I went to that hospital, I didn't know that there are usually so many people like that in that hospital, that I had to, you know, be on a queue and wait my turn, because I went there probably at 11 a.m. thinking that by 1 p.m. I'll be done. Tell me why. I was done. I was leaving that hospital at probably 4 p.m. and had not carried food. Remember, I'm not in a position to eat well, so we had to buy food in that hospital, and the food options were so limited. Me being me, I didn't want to even think about food or seafood or anything to do with food. Was not on my to-do list. So they took my samples. They were telling me my sugar levels were so low because I was not eating. It's not because of any other thing, it's just because I was not eating. My blood was also kind of low. I had to be given these blood supplements so that at least my blood can at least go high. I know that's something I have struggled with even in the past. I've been told that I don't have enough blood in the past, but the sugar levels, that was something new, because I'm telling you guys, I have never struggled with eating. I've never struggled with food. I always know what I want to eat, and I always wanted to try even new recipes. I have always wanted to try new recipes. I used to love cooking, but back then I would not even cook. I would not even want to, hata singetaka kusikia hiyo harufu ya kitunguu. I would not want to hear the food aromas or anything to do with just food. So that day I was really struggling, and the next time I went to the hospital, I was asking the doctor why haven't I stopped, I'm on my second trimester, why haven't I stopped the morning sickness, even if it was not morning. It used to happen anytime and all the time. And then the doctor kind of gave me some medicine, and by the way, from that time I have been better. I have been okay with food. I have been able to eat even if I have not been eating the good portions. From that time I stopped that excessive throwing up and that excessive not wanting food. I started even eating fruits, and what actually helped me is I started eating what I felt like eating in that moment. If probably I feel like eating ugali, I'll just cook ugali and eat it. If I feel like eating cabbage, I just get cabbage. If I felt like eating one of my cravings was eating mangoes when they were not ripe, actually, when they were not ripe. So that was a craving of mine. And ripe mangoes, those were the fruits that I was eating back then, because watermelon became a struggle for me to eat. But right now, actually, I have gone back to liking watermelon. Hey, I'm super happy for that. So I would just eat anything that I felt like eating in that moment. That's what I would eat. And if I would also eat small portions. If I feel like eating food, if I feel like I'm getting hungry, I just get a small portion of food and then I eat it, or I get something, a snack, and I eat it. And I feel like right now things have actually gone back to normal. And apart from me being pregnant, I am not in those bad moods anymore, and I can be able to eat. I can be able to go to work if I want to go, even if I get so tired. Right now it's just because I'm on the third trimester, I get so tired and so sleepy. That's the only struggle that I am going through right now, that I'm on my third trimester. But struggling with food, at least that one is something of the past. I can finally breathe, and I can finally eat chicken, and I can finally eat meat. I can finally eat chips. You guys, I could not even eat meat. I could not even eat chicken. I could not eat fish. I could not eat apples, bananas. I would not eat anything, all those things. I could not eat them. I could not even drink sodas or anything. I was just drinking water. I could not even drink tea with milk. I was really struggling, you guys, and that experience was really affecting my business. And at some point I felt like I was almost closing down. If I didn't get a shop attendant, I was on the road to closing down. I was on the road to failing in that business. So I'm super grateful to the fact that I was able to get a shop attendant, and I was actually in a position to do that. because getting help also requires you to have some resources to be able to hire this person, and you also have to put in some measures to make sure that the operations of the business are still running. The fact that I have also been able to open the shop up for those who have rented their shelves, and being a reliable supplier, being a reliable business, that is something that I am super grateful for, and I don't miss my first trimester, honestly. That ordeal, I don't miss it, and I would never want to go through it again, and I would never wish it on anyone. So if you're a mom out there and you have gone through such an experience, comment down below how you are coping. And yeah, if you are an aspiring mom, just know that it's not always this way. It doesn't always happen this way, because I'm telling you, this is not my first pregnancy. My first one, I didn't have all those struggles. Honestly, I didn't have all those struggles. I was craving things, and I would eat well. Like, back then I used to even go to work. I had a 9-to-5 job. I used to go to eat up to almost the last minute when I was giving birth. So I know it's not always like this, and it's not always bad. So don't be afraid. And the fact that it also came to an end, it didn't last forever. Nothing lasts forever. The fact that I can look back at it right now and even laugh about it, hey, that's something I feel super blessed for. And right now, what I can tell someone, if you feel like eating, don't limit yourself. Honestly, if you can eat, if you can travel, if you can work, if there's something that you can do it. Because hey, I never thought in a million years that I would struggle with eating. I never thought that I would not want to have my favorite things, even chocolate. Like, I never thought that I would struggle with having my favorite things. So this actually gives me a reason to be grateful, and a reason not to take, as I was saying, this actually makes me not take anything for granted, because we usually take a lot of things for granted, like eating and being healthy and doing your day-to-day things. We usually take it for granted, and this actually helps me to be grateful and not take anything for granted. Because hey, what was that? First trimester, what was that? Hey. So yeah guys, that's my first trimester experience that almost made me close down my shop. I hope that you have learned something from this video. I hope that you have enjoyed even listening to my experience, and I hope that you take something from this video. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. And also let me know which other video ideas you'd like to see, especially on this pregnancy series. Let me know which other video ideas you'd like to see, and which other videos you'd like me to do. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments section. And thank you so much for the support so far on the videos that I have been putting out. I don't take your support for granted. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.